Hey, how's it going, flower friends? Long time no see. It is, it's March 10th, and we are experiencing what is often referred to as false spring, I believe, here in Maryland. It is about 74 degrees outside. It is gorgeous. A bit windy, but that's okay. We'll take it. So I am outside barefoot, enjoying a little bit of sunshine, and decided actually to come up here in the deer stand for a few minutes to just kind of enjoy the sun and the breeze. And I'm watching Nash misbehaving. So very long time no see. What's going on with the garden? Let's chat for a moment. I have started no seeds. That's not true. Actually, I did start my Lysianthus a couple weeks ago. And they have, itty bitty sprouts is how they work. But other than that, I haven't started anything. There were a couple of reasons for that. One, last year, I think I started things just a little too soon, even though I started them in the recommended time frame. I ended up losing quite a few things because just timing was not good on it. So I decided to start a little later there. The second reason is I was actually out of town for a whole week, about a week ago, and I didn't want to have to burden Dale into having to take care of all of my little seedlings. And the third reason is I had really big plans for the garden this year, including putting in a bunch of raised beds, a new greenhouse, things of that nature. And literally up till last week, I was 100% ready to just do that. But I have decided to hold off on everything. It's just going to be too big of expense for what I'm willing to fork out right now. So season's going to continue on as it has in the past with the same rows, same beds. So in that sense, now that I'm kind of starting things and moving forward, things are going to be status quo. So today is going to be spent getting some seeds started because I really needed to do this like several weeks ago. No, I won't be keeping them outside, but I plan on coming outside and getting everything started and then moving everything into my laundry room, which is where I do all of my seeds starting from. So before I get started playing in the dirt, let's just go do a little walk around and see how things are doing, see if there's anything green popping up. Let's go. What you doing, Nashers? Sorry, buddy, I can't get you up here with me. Nashers! Hi! Alright, come on, buddy, let's go for a walk. So as we can see, there's some lovely green things already starting to pop out of the ground. So yay, that's exciting. Although again, this is fall spring. This is not going to stay this way. Absolutely not. I fully anticipate at least one more snow before winter is done with us. But while I was up in the deer stand, I could already see that our field of daffodils over there is already coming out of the ground. I'll try and remember to pop up some pictures here in case you didn't see it last year. But it's so beautiful. It's just daffodils as far as the eyes can see. It makes for some really pretty pictures. If I'm taking pictures of the kids or something, or one of my quilts, I try to do it when those daffodils are in bloom because it's just beautiful. So you're going to see some changes in the garden this year. I'm going to show you some things I've done to try and get myself a little more organized because I feel like I function better when I'm organized. And the garden itself is going to shift a little bit. Yes, there's going to still be a pretty big focus on cut flowers because let's just face it, flowers are beautiful. And I do that for both personal because I love hanging flowers around the house, but also where I work, the quilt shop that I work at. I'm always taking flowers in there just to brighten up the place. Customers love it. And who knows, if I have an abundance, I might try and sell some this year, either on the side of the road, or I've got quite a few farmers markets around me. So we'll see. So that is still focus number one. Focus number two is now on medicinal herbs. So I've been spending a lot of time over the winter and the fall starting to dive into herbalism and different medicinal herbs that I can grow to help benefit the health of my family and myself. I actually took a class in November, I believe it was, with Kaylee Richardson from the Honeystead. It was a teas and tinctures workshop. It was absolutely amazing, very inspiring. So you're going to see a little bit of a shift into some of the medicinal herbs. And I also want to put a bigger focus on the vegetable garden this year. I really, really, really want to be preserving more things to have throughout the winter. So I might dive a little deeper into that as well. So let me show you a couple of things that I have done this year to try and get myself a little more organized, and then I'll show you what I'm doing with my seed starting. So the first thing I did is pick myself up one of these lovely, they're supposed to be photo storage boxes. I picked this up at Michael's, but as you can see, I'm using it to organize my seeds. There's a little bit of rhyme or reason to it, but there also kind of isn't. It's more so that on the seed list that I created, that I'm going to show you in a second here, I have locations on where the seeds are within this bin. So this is what I've created for myself. I've already started a tray of dirt for our first round of seeds, but so this is what I've got going on. I went ahead in and I did a bit of a listing of all the different things that I want to grow or I have grown, and the variety it is, roughly how many seeds I have in inventory. What is the use for this particular flower? Is it a flower? Is it a FM is flower and medicinal? There are a couple things that are going to be just medicinal, and there's vegetable. I created a spacing column, but honestly, I didn't really put anything in it because I kind of ignored the guidelines. Let's see, this is where in the container the seeds are located. So R is on the right, L is on the left, and like Y is yellow, PU purple. So this tells me where the seeds are located in my container. I have some growing notes and whether to start them inside or outside. Do they need cold stratification? Yes or no? And then all I printed out was the January, February, March, but this is when the seeds should be started. In the actual spreadsheet, this goes all the way up to December. Not that I really have anything, I'm starting that late, but this is, I'm hoping, gonna help me get a little more organized with my seed starting, when I should be doing it, what I should be doing, and we'll go from there. So the goal is today to kind of go through here and everything I was supposed to start in February. It's a little late, but we're gonna go ahead and get those done. And then I'm gonna go through everything that I was supposed to plant in March, which isn't as much as I thought it was, but it is still quite a bit. So to get my seeds started, I have my seed starting trays here. I probably, Daddy must be home. Yep, because Nash is going crazy. So I will be starting all my seeds in here. I have my Coco Loco as my seed starting mix, which I go ahead and use my sifter, sift it into the bucket, and I'm gonna go ahead and get a bunch of seed trays done up and then show you where we're at. Okay, we have one tray down. Of course, it doesn't look like much, but there is actually quite a bit in here. I'm not doing anything on a very large scale this year. So because of that, I actually have a bunch of things in this one tray. And I have created myself a key for it. So tray one here, I have feverfew, white yarrow, stock in here and here. And then I have some snapdragons going on here, a little bit of celosia here, and portulaca or Spanish rose is in the top row there. These are all seeds that require light to germinate. So they have just been put on the top of the tray, on the top of the soil, and then a little bit of vermiculite sprinkled on just to prevent any mold or anything growing on it. I will also cover these. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use a humidity dome or saran wrap. I used saran wrap last year and that worked really well, but that was also because I did not have humidity domes, and now I do. So, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I kind of just like sprinkled some of these because the seeds were so itty bitty, and I did not feel like sitting here and painstakingly putting them in. So I have kind of done a little bit of a broad sprinkle of some of these really fine seeds, and then later on as they start popping up, we will go ahead in and thin them out or transplant them. So this will go down into the seed starting room, and I've put a label on it. It says tray 1 started 310, just so I can track things. Oh, hello, Blue. Hey, buddy. What's going on? Got Blue and Nash. The gang's all here. All right, tray number 2. This is all herbs. Going by my little cheat sheet here, we have 3 rows of cinnamon basil. We have a peacock. We have 3 rows of catmint, 3 rows of lemon balm, and 3 rows of oregano. So if all goes as planned, at least 18 of each of those. Yeah, sounds about right. So this one's all gonna be herbs, again, leaning towards all of our medicinal things. So unfortunately, the 2 trays were all I was able to get done yesterday. Kids had scouts, so I had to kind of clean up the mess and get things together and get everybody out the door for scouts. But that was big. I got a lot done. I'll go ahead and show you guys the little growing setup I have going on here in case you were not following me last year. If you were here last year, doing the exact same setup. I do still have 1 more tray I need to get started. I have, I think, 3 or 4 more other flowers that I really want to get started now. And the reality is, in like 2-3 weeks, I'm gonna be starting more things. So definitely kicking into overdrive now on growing season. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around here and show you what we have going on. All right, this is it, guys. It is super easy. This is my growing space. This is in my laundry room because this room is in my basement and it stays fairly cool. This is the setup I used last year and it worked pretty good for me. I have actually 2 rows set up to accommodate lights inside. These are lights I got off of Amazon. They are not, you know, special grow lights. These are just LED shop lights. That is it. Nothing crazy. They're on a chain here, so I can raise and lower them as needed. So I told you guys I did start some Lysianthus indoors a couple weeks ago. And you guys can take a peek and see. There they are. Little itty bitty Lysianthuses coming in. Then here's that tray 1. This was mostly flowers. And then tray 2. These are all the herbs that I started yesterday. I did opt for doing the humidity domes. They're definitely easier to deal with than the saran wrap. And honestly, I'll just leave those on until I get decent germination and then those will come off. One thing I like about having things in trays is I do bottom water. So I will come in here as they are looking like they need it and I will water from the bottom. Especially with this tray because these are all surface sown seeds. I really don't want to be getting in there disturbing them too much. I have a mister. I might hit them a little bit from above. But generally I like to bottom water mine. So this is it. This is my fancy setup. This is all I have. And you know what? The reality is it's been working just fine for me. So we're going to keep with it. So that's it, guys. That's all I have right now. Stay tuned. More to come. There's so many things going on around here. I don't know. Are you guys curious in other things? Like I don't just garden. Like I sew, I quilt, I long arm for people. I bake sourdough. Like I do tons of things like so many other moms out there. And I don't know, do you guys want to see those kinds of fun things or like cool crafts that the kids and I are doing? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below because obviously right now it's kind of slow other than kicking into growing season. Next step will be as the weather's getting warmer, just getting outside, getting all my beds cleaned up, getting them prepped. And yeah, so I don't know, that's it. How is everybody else's gardens doing? Are you as excited as I am for warmer weather? And I hope you stay tuned. And if you have not already done so, go ahead and follow me on Facebook and on Instagram at Hen Den Blossoms. No, Hen Den is my quilting site. See, I do so many things. Hen Den is my quilting channel. hen den quilting. And this is hen house blossoms. Lots of hen stuff going on here. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you could have a wonderful day today. And I'm off to work to do some sewing and quilting. Bye, friends.